Legacy Estate Planning is a boutique law firm dedicated to helping people preserve their wealth, protect their family, and plan their legacy. Hello, I'm Steve Walter, founder of Legacy Estate Planning. Let me tell you about my background. I'm an Eastern Washington boy that went to Seattle Pacific University, majored in English. Then I went back to Princeton Theological Seminary and got a Master of Divinity because I thought I wanted to be a pastor or teacher. But that wasn't quite the right fit for me, so I went back to law school. I practiced many areas of law during and after law school, and then on January 1st of '96, my mother-in-law died. I helped the family with their probate. I did the 706 estate tax return. I helped a family that I knew well through the difficult legal maze of retitling and probate and taxes. That's when I realized I've got the mind and training of an attorney and the heart of a pastor. Mind of an attorney, heart of a pastor, that's estate planning. So that's when I left the firm I was at and I went to an exclusive estate planning firm, and I launched my own firm in 2000, and all we've done is help families with estate planning ever since then. I'd like for you to meet another attorney at our firm, Andrea Lee.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, I'm Andrea Lee, attorney at Legacy Estate Planning. Like Steve, I'm a Washington State native. I went to Cascade High School in Everett and Western Washington University, where I earned a Bachelor of Arts in Education. After a short time in the classroom, I returned to school and attended the University of Washington School of Law. When I graduated from law school, I knew I wanted to practice in the areas of estate planning, estate administration, probate, elder law, and guardianship, and I've been doing so for the past 15 years. I absolutely love my area of practice because I like helping people. And I know that when people leave my office, they leave in a better position than they were when they walked in through the doors. Now that you've heard a little bit about Steve and myself, we're going to take a moment to talk to you about estate planning. Many people walk into my office and say, I need a will, or I need a trust, where what they really need is a comprehensive estate plan. At its most basic, an estate plan is when an individual creates the tools and plans wherein you name your agents who will make important decisions for you in the event you should be incapacitated. You might also designate guardians for your children and express your wishes regarding the distribution of your estate after you pass.
Thanks, Andrea. That was great. Now that you have the formal definition of estate planning, let's talk about the why of estate planning. Clients come to me and they say, Steve, first, I want to be in charge of my estate as long as I'm able. If I become unable to manage my estate, I want to be the one who designates who manages my estate for me without court intervention. And when I die, I want things to go to the people and organizations that I want, the way I want, when I want, how I want. And finally, I want there to be an absolute minimum of estate taxes, court costs, and though I love you, Steve, attorney fees. You see, a good estate plan should work during your lifetime, and also it should work really well after you pass. It should give you some peace of mind.
Now that you know the why of estate planning, let's take a moment and talk about the what of estate planning. The reality is, estate planning is very individualized, and what is needed by one individual or one family might not at all be what is needed by another individual or family. Nearly everyone needs a basic set of documents. That includes a financial power of attorney, a healthcare power of attorney, a living will, a directive for disposition of remains, and a HIPAA release. Almost everyone also needs a last will and testament. Beyond that, some people need much more complicated planning in order to ensure their families and loved ones are cared for. For example, some people need education trusts for minors or special needs trusts to care for incapacitated individuals. A lot of individuals create revocable living trusts to avoid probate, and people need tax planning and irrevocable trusts. As you can tell, estate planning is individualized, and it's important to ensure you are getting the proper plan for you and your family.
That was great, and I like the examples. You see, what people need is an estate plan, not a document. For example, when my kids turned 18, they needed a plan. Their plan was about their incapacity. They didn't own a home, so they didn't need a will. But what if they had to go to the hospital? What if someone needed access to their medical records? They wanted to make sure we had access. We could advise them, that someone could make decisions even if they were unable. That's a plan. Yes, the plans include documents, but really our job as estate planning attorneys is to make sure that we have an estate plan that fits your needs. So how do you develop an estate plan with our firm? We're going to talk about that next.
Thanks, Steve. In order to start the process of working with our firm, the very first thing you have to do is call our office and schedule an appointment with either Steve or myself. When you reach out to us, our friendly staff will schedule an appointment either via Zoom, telephone, or in person, and they will email you a client questionnaire.
So the questionnaire is really important to us. As attorneys, we can't plan in a vacuum. We don't want to spend time asking you, do you have children? What assets do you have? You know, it says a confidential questionnaire. The better you prepare that, the better we can help you when it comes to your consultation. And as for the consultation, that can be in Zoom or in person, but we want all decision makers there. And it really begins with us learning from you, hey, what prompted you to come in? What's important to you? Is something going on? And we do have attorney-client privilege, so we actually need to know if you have concerns about a loved one, a beneficiary. We want to know if you should plan for them in trust or give the money outright. We even want to stress test who you might list as your own agents. And we want you to have time to ask us questions as well. And together, we figure out what kind of estate planning fits your needs and your goals. And then we can tell you an exact fee on what it would cost. We have flat fees for services. And at that point, you can say, great, let's get started. Or no, and no is okay.
Once you have decided to retain our firm, the process of drafting and review begins. It is during this time that we ensure both your wishes and your needs are being addressed in your legal documents. Once everything looks appropriate and you feel ready to sign your documents, we will invite you into our firm to finalize them. We will provide the necessary witnesses and notary. Typically, at the end of that meeting, clients leave our office with their finalized documents.
We give clients up to 60 days after they're signing to make changes, and that's on us. In other words, we want them to have the peace of mind that we did it right for them. And following that, we want to foster a client relationship. So many people want to be on our newsletters, come to client appreciation events from time to time, and we offer a free review every 5 years. We want our clients to feel well taken care of. Thank you for watching. The purpose of this video was to explain who we are, why we do what we do, and the process of how you would work with us. If you have questions, please reach out to our friendly staff. We are passionate about helping people preserve their wealth, protect their families, and plan their legacy.